The ring hit the marble counter with a sound that cut through the air like a gunshot in a library. Sharp, final, impossible to ignore. I froze in the doorway, the grocery bag slipping from my numb fingers. The milk carton burst open, white pooling across the tiles like spilled secrets. Sarah stood in the kitchen light, her left hand bare for the first time in 8 years, her eyes shining with something between defiance and terror. "I'm single," she said again, her voice trembling but loud enough to shatter the quiet afternoon. My heart didn't just break, it detonated. 8 years of shared mortgage payments, of her head resting on my chest during thunderstorms, of whispered, "I love you," over burnt toast, all erased by 4 words. I stared at the platinum band spinning lazily beside the sink, catching the light as if it were mocking me. "Sarah," I managed, my throat raw, "what the hell are you talking about?" She laughed, but the sound cracked in the middle, something fragile and broken. "I met someone, Jake. Someone who sees me. Not the mom, not the wife, not the woman who folds your stupid boxers into perfect squares. Me." Her fingers curled into fists, nails digging crescents into her palms. "His name is Ryan. We've been together for months." The word hit me like shrapnel. Months. I saw it all at once. Her late work dinners, the new perfume I'd complimented, the way she'd stopped reaching for my hand in the car. Every memory rewrote itself in real time, each one a fresh betrayal. My knees buckled, and I caught the counter to stay upright. "Our daughter," I whispered. "Lily's upstairs napping. You're doing this now." For a second, the woman I married flickered back. Guilt softened her eyes. Her lips parted like she wanted to take it all back. But then, just as quickly, the mask returned. "She'll be fine. Kids adapt. Better this than us hating each other quietly for the next decade." I wanted to scream, to grab that ring and force it back on her finger until the metal cut. Instead, I heard myself ask, "Do you love him?" She hesitated, and that pause hurt worse than any yes. "I think I could," she said finally. "I feel alive again, like I did before the wedding, before the minivan, before the PDA meetings, before I became someone's wife." The grocery bag crunched under my foot as I stepped forward. Milk soaked into my socks, cold and sticky. "You think love is a feeling?" My voice shook. "Love is choosing to stay when you're exhausted. Love is holding your hair back when you're puking from chemo 2 years ago. Love is—" I stopped because it was a point. She wasn't listening. She was already gone, somewhere else, with someone else. Her phone buzzed on the counter. The screen lit up. Ryan Redhart. She didn't even try to hide it. "He's outside," she said, not meeting my eyes. "I'm leaving." Just like that. No discussion. No counseling. "No, let's try." She grabbed her purse, the one I bought her for our 5th anniversary, and slung it over her shoulder. The same woman who cried during our wedding vows because forever felt too short was walking out without a backward glance. The front door clicked shut. Silence filled the house like floodwater. Upstairs, Lily stirred. "Daddy," she called. I climbed the stairs on legs that didn't feel like mine. She sat up in her toddler bed, curls wild, clutching the stuffed giraffe Sarah had sewn for her first birthday. "Where Mommy?" she asked, rubbing her eyes. "Mommy had to go to work." "Sweetheart," I said. The lie tasted like rust. I pulled her close, felt her small heartbeat against my chest. How do you explain to a 3-year-old that her mother chose a stranger over both of us? That night, I sat in the dark living room, the ring on the coffee table like a loaded gun. I kept replaying her face, not the defiant one, but that flicker of doubt, the crack in her voice when she said, "I'm single." Was it really over? Or just some midlife crisis, a desperate grab for youth before 40 hit? At 2 a.m., my phone lit up. "Sarah, Jake," she said, her voice small, slurred. I made a mistake." Hope surged, fragile and pathetic. "Come home," I said. "We'll figure it out. Therapy, whatever it takes." A long pause. Then, "I can't. Ryan's here. But I left my laptop, the one with Lily's baby photos. Can I come get it tomorrow?" The hope curdled into something black and hollow. She wasn't calling for me. She was calling for a hard drive. I hung up without answering. The next morning, I did something I'm not proud of. I went through her laptop, not for revenge, but for answers. In a hidden folder labeled taxes, I found them, photos of her and Ryan, not just selfies, intimate moments. Her laughing on a beach I didn't recognize. His hand on her thigh in a restaurant booth. A video of them kissing in what looked like his apartment. Her wedding ring glinting on the nightstand behind them. But the worst was an unsent email draft. Ryan, I keep thinking about telling Jake, about watching his face break. Part of me wants to hurt him the way he's hurt me, ignoring me for work, for fantasy football, for everything but us. But another part remembers the boy who carried me over puddles on our first date. I don't know which Sarah is real anymore. She'd been planning this, weaponizing our daughter's nap time to destroy me. When she came to get the laptop, I was ready. Lily was at my sister's. The house smelled like lemon cleaner, her least favorite. She stood in the doorway, eyes rimmed red, makeup smudged. "Hi," she said softly, like we were strangers. I handed her the laptop. Our fingers brushed. Her hands were ice. "Sarah," I said quietly. "I saw everything." She froze. "Jake." "I'm not keeping you trapped," I said. "If you want to go, go. But don't lie to yourself about why." I pulled the ring from my pocket, the one she'd thrown away like garbage. "This isn't a cage. It's a promise. One I kept every day, even after you stopped trying. You want to be single? Fine. But don't come back when the thrill fades and you realize Ryan doesn't know you snore when you're congested or that you cry at commercials." Her sob tore through the quiet, raw, ugly human. She reached for the ring, but I closed my fist. "No, you don't get to take this back because you're scared. You want it? Earn it. Fight for us like I've been fighting alone." She sank to the floor, whispering, "I don't know how. I don't know who I am without being yours." I knelt beside her, not touching, then figured out. "But not here. Not while you're still lying to both of us." I helped her up and opened the door. Autumn air swept in, cold and honest. She stepped outside, clutching the laptop to her chest like a shield. At the bottom of the steps, she turned back. "Tell Lily. Tell her mommy loves her, and that I'm sorry." The door closed between us. I slid down until I was sitting on the floor, the ring cutting into my palm. Her car started. Tires crunched gravel. Then silence. 3 weeks later, the divorce papers came. I signed them with a pen that skipped, leaving jagged lines like scar tissue. But I kept the ring, not for her, but for me. A reminder that love isn't a feeling. It's a choice. And sometimes the bravest choice is letting go. Last I heard, Sarah was living with Ryan in his studio apartment. She posted a photo on Instagram, her hand bare, a new temporary tattoo where her ring used to be. Free. The comments were full of heart emojis from strangers. I didn't like it, didn't comment. I just tucked Lily into bed, read Goodnight Moon, and kissed her forehead. She still asks for mommy sometimes. I tell her the truth now. Mommy's learning how to be happy. And we're learning, too, some nights. I take out the ring and turn it in the light. 8 years of promises, reduced to a circle of metal. But I don't throw it away. Because maybe, just maybe, someday she'll remember what it meant. And if she doesn't, that's okay. Because I'll still be here. Choosing Lily. Choosing me.